Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, the Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, known as CREW, as part of our public records request sent to David Hancock, who's an election denier and a member of the Gwinnett County Board of Elections in Georgia, found emails basically pointing to a conspiracy amongst election officials in Georgia, dating back to January of this year. There appears to be, emails were being shared about the Democratic Party trying to force county clerks, not county clerks, members of the County Board of Elections who refused to certify results. So the article was written by this fellow named Hancock, and it was sent out on emails, and folks that received the emails would include Michael Heekin, a Republican member of the Fulton County Board of Elections who refused to certify results this year, his colleague Julie Adams, who twice refused to certify results this year and works for a prominent national election denier groups, the Tea Party Patriots and the Election Integrity Network, and Debbie Fisher of Cobb County, Nancy Jester of DeKalb County, and Roy McLean of Spalding County, all of whom have refused to certify results in last November and who received a letter from Hancock with regards to these issues. Here we go. I know there's been stories on MSNBC with Rachel Maddow talking about election officials in various states gearing up to not certify the election. And here's smoking gun emails to connect the dots. Prosecutors are going to have a field day with this. And here's the thing. When you do something like that, you want to do it in the shadows. And now it's been exposed. And now that it's been exposed, all eyes are going to be on you. And it's going to make it a lot harder to actually go through with these plans because you know you're being watched. You know you will be audited. And if you refuse to certify the elections, you will face criminal prosecution for it. And again, now that, law enforcement, I'm sure law enforcement is aware of this. Nobody's suing it, but lawyers are aware of this and they will be gearing up for this. So let's take a look and see how this revelation is going to impact Georgia state elections and, as a consequence, state elections in other states. Because just like the fake elector scheme, if one state's doing it, probably there's a lot of states doing it. And it's going to be the same thing here because it's just a coordinated effort to undermine the vote of the people. This is, can they screw up the election? Yeah, it's possible. I don't think the election laws are stringent enough for punishment for doing stuff like this. I think that needs to get some real teeth put into it. Scare the bejesus out of these people so that it's like, nah, I don't want any of that. Okay? Yeah, there's no rehabilitation for that. Okay, entertainment purposes only. What's going on in Georgia now that this has been exposed? How are the people, the county election officials named in these emails, copied on these emails, responsible for these emails that have denied elections before, now that all eyeballs are on them, how is this going to impact them? Queen of Pentacles is the foundation of the reading. Okay, it's kind of like a hot potato. You got to pass it around. You don't want to have the hot potato on your lap when the music stops playing. And now you got the Hanged Man and the Two of Wands. All right, so you had some plans here, and now these plans are. You're looking at things in a new way, or right to vote. And now it's been exposed. Do you want to continue down that path? Because if you do, you're throwing yourself under the bus. People are watching. In the past, you got the Seven of Coins. Evaluating, what do I do with these votes? Do I want to count these ballots? Do I want to toss these things out? the lies that Trump has said, and just the lengths people will go to do planning to disenfranchise people's votes. Has this always been going on? It's just now we're seeing it? That's the scary part. Current situation is the Page of Swords. This is not a well thought out plan. No, it is not. And, given these emails, given these past actions, this is going to lead to some problems with some people here. They are not the sharpest tools in the shed. These are not the best and the brightest, especially if you're falling for stuff like this. Overarching energy is the 5 of coins. And just thinking part of the plan is to disenfranchise groups of people from their votes. That's plain and simple. Poor people shouldn't vote. Minorities shouldn't vote. Women shouldn't vote. They're trying to decide who gets to vote. And how do they, that's where this is. How do I get the people to vote? How do I only count the votes I want to count? So they hatch up a plan to impact people they don't want voting. I was kind of waiting for that one to be in the Mark Robinson reading, but it's not. Lesson to be learned is the death card. Oh. This is going to bring an end to a cycle. It's not physical death. This is bringing an end to a cycle. These emails coming out have pretty much exposed what the plan is or what the goal was here. And now you got to try and talk your way out of it. Neighbors are going to be looking at these folks a little bit differently. Reporters will be looking at them very differently, as will lawyers. I really do think Georgia will get some stuff taken care of here. Let's get that in there. Come on up. Get these cards shuffled. Hey. The way democracy is supposed to work is you're supposed to come up with policies. Policies that you think will be popular with your constituents and the voters and align with your values. Representative government. We elect people to represent us in governments. Your goal is a balance somewhere between your egomania of doing everything you want to do and justifying it. Well, they voted for me, so they get what they get. It's somewhere between there and just asking everybody their opinion ever and just going wherever the popular opinion is. Somewhere in between those two extremes is somebody who has good moral character, leads using good judgment, and can often make positive, popular decisions, but has the ability to make unpopular decisions, even if, unpopular decisions that benefit either the collective or will benefit things in the long term. I'm not seeing that here. Okay. Now that this has been exposed, what's going to happen with these election deniers now that the light is shining on them? Are they going to still... A little four-carder. What's going to happen with them? And then we'll ask if they're going to do anything with the election. What's going to happen with them? 10 of Wands. That's a burden. Their job just got a lot harder. You've got lawyers, like Jack Smith. You got lawyers and such looking. You've got big money trying to influence. You've got your wants, wishes, and desires trying to decide who gets to vote. Yeah, I think probably, again, any investigations into this are going to start looking at money and, ideologies and responsibilities with it. Whatever it is, their life just got harder. 10 of Wands is going to be... It's going to be hard to complete the task because things just got way more difficult. Again, because it got exposed. We owe Crew a debt of gratitude for this. I trust that those election officials would have been happy as clams to just work in the shadows, be unseen, and do all the things that they wanted to do. Now they don't get that opportunity. I'm sure they're quite upset. All right, what do we got? What's going to be the outcome here with these election officials, or let's say the majority of them? Are they going to back off? Did the message get through? Will they back off? I guess, if like 12 of you are doing it, then you feel like there's safety in numbers, but it doesn't make it any less legal. It just means 12 people get to go to prison. But, we're humans, and we're kind of pack animals that way. What do you think that's going to happen because of this exposure? 4 cards. Oh, your fantasies, your illusions, your delusions, your imagination. What do we got here? Your cray-cray. Oh, that's not a good combination. You aren't really going to go through with this, are you? 10 of Swords. Strength card. I'm not convinced that they won't go through it anyways. Kind of in for a penny, in for a pound. They don't have, there's some laws that passed that gave county officials or Board of Election officials more power to deny or not certify elections. But this is just craziness. There's no end game. There's no outcome where this works for you. It's literally, they have a choice now. Their integrity is on the line. They will likely lose their jobs because of this. And now what do? Do you side with the devil in corruption, or do you show inner strength and do your job? Page of Pentacles. There's your messaging, your value. This is going to tell people what your values are. Your fellow Georgians, your neighbors, your friends, what your values are. I'm loyal to Trump. I'm loyal to democracy, the Constitution. It's pretty cut and dry. And it might just be a mixed bag for that. There probably will be some that will go through this. So Georgia ought to be a real fun time come election day. We got 46 days, roughly. 46, 47 days. I record this on September 19th. God, the year's flying by. All right. Anything else, Spirit, you'd like to let us know with regards to this Georgia election situation? I don't know what else to ask, to be honest. I don't want to read on individual people. All I got to say is Fonnie Willis ain't going to be too happy, and she's going to have all sorts of experience with RICO cases and stuff like that. Maybe they should consider, maybe they should talk with Jenna Ellis and Rudy Giuliani. Oh, I guess he didn't plead out. God, I'm forgetting the name of Cray Cray woman. Yeah, anyways, talk to the people that have already pleaded. May not be in your best interest to do this. What else, Spirit? What else can you tell us about this? Page of Swords. It's just not a thought. It's an immature spy in the... Man, maybe there's a spy in the camp too, but there's something immature with this. False friends. They're not... This is bringing things to an end. This could be a nascent legal action being taken against people. Actually, I kind of think that's what's going to happen here. This is the start of investigations. These aren't subpoenas. These are come in, we want to talk to you type things. We want to find out what's going on with this. You can't just cull ballots when you want to. We're going to bring an end to this. All the ballots should count. Everybody's vote is valuable. No stealing the election allowed. And if you come up with lame reasons for doing it, things aren't going to go well for you. Yeah, there's going to be investigations. If they haven't already started, they will be starting soon enough, because this is not the type of information you can just ignore and say, oh, Well, Moosh, somebody should do something about that. I'm sure there's plenty of lawyers and investigators who now have something to do that they were looking forward to. And looks like with that last throw, that's going to start. Start at the periphery and start working your way to the core. Because I can guarantee you the volunteers don't want to go to prison and the office workers don't want to go to prison. And they'll just keep circling around till they get to the office managers, till they get to the politicians and the county election officials and such things like that. And find out, they'll put the squeeze on them. It's going to be another RICO trial. And I'm happy for them. They deserve it. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This is for information only, for entertainment purposes only. I hope you found the reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.